You know, your mind is probably the most powerful tool you will ever have. But what if I told you there's a silent partner, really, running the show in the background? One that holds the key to unlocking your absolute full potential. Today, we're going to dive into how you can connect with it.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever been driving a route you know really well, maybe your commute home, and you pull into the driveway and realize you have almost zero memory of the actual trip? Your conscious mind was off somewhere else, thinking about dinner or a meeting. So, who was driving the car?
In this explainer, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll reveal the two minds that are running your life. Then we'll get into that autopilot we were just talking about. From there, it gets really practical. We'll cover how to unlock something called the alpha state, how that helps you shift from just reacting to life to actually creating it, and finally, a super simple 5-step practice you can start using today.
Okay, so to understand who was driving that car, we first need to get one thing straight. Our brain operates with two totally distinct systems, and they're working at the same time. You've got the conscious and the subconscious. Think of it like a division of labor, right? Your conscious mind is what you're using this very second to listen and think about what I'm saying. It questions things, it uses logic. But the subconscious, well, that's the silent powerhouse in the background. It doesn't question anything, it just does. It's running your habits, managing your emotions, and holding on to all your core beliefs based on its programming. So what this means is that while your conscious mind is all caught up in the here and now, your subconscious is that powerful autopilot, just silently guiding your life in the background. And the scope of its control is, well, it's staggering. We're not just talking about your habits, like biting your nails, or your emotional triggers. No, it's running the most critical systems in your body. Your heartbeat, your immune system, your breathing, all without you ever having to think about it for a single second. It is always on, every moment, awake or asleep.
And this brings us right back to that car ride. Your subconscious was in autopilot mode, perfectly following its preset program for drive home. And this illustrates a really crucial point. The subconscious doesn't make mistakes. It can't. It just flawlessly executes whatever instructions it's been given. So if this system is so powerful, the big question has to be, how do we communicate with it, right? How can we give it new instructions? Well, the answer lies in something called the alpha state.
The bridge to your subconscious, that direct line, is a specific mental frequency called the alpha state. Now, this isn't anything mystical or weird. It's simply a state where your analytical mind quiets down, your body gets really relaxed, and your awareness just naturally shifts from the outside world to your inner world. And getting there is actually way simpler than you might think. It really just begins with a clear, simple intention. The act of just stating to yourself, I am connecting with my subconscious mind, is what starts to open that line of communication. Now, once you start building this connection, the changes aren't just, theoretical. They start showing up in very real, very tangible ways in your day-to-day life. So how do you know it's working? Well, you'll start to notice you're less prone to anger. Those little things that used to bother you, they just don't anymore. New ideas and solutions seem to pop into your head effortlessly. Your creativity starts to flow, and you just begin to feel this genuine sense of inner peace. This is the fundamental shift. You actually move from what we could call reaction mode, where your life is basically dictated by external events and stress, over to creation mode. And in this state, you're driven by an internal vision. You don't just react anymore. You observe, you align, and you create from a place of calm, centered detachment. This is where that powerful, calm energy you see in some people really comes from. Okay, so now let's turn all this theory into actual practice. Here's a clear, actionable routine that you can start using immediately to build this incredible connection. Here it is, 5 simple steps. First, just practice observing the world without immediately reacting to every little thing. Second, focus on your breathing. Keep it slow and rhythmic. Third, find a few minutes every single day to just sit in total silence. Fourth, consciously scan your body and just release any tension you're holding on to. And finally, number 5, repeat your intention. And this right here, this is the command. This is the phrase you repeat. My subconscious mind is awake, aware, and connected. You're not just saying words here. You're issuing a new instruction, a whole new program for that powerful autopilot to start running. This is the ultimate goal. The takeaway here is, well, it's profound.
When you stop being run by old automatic programming and you start consciously connecting with your inner world, you shift from being a passenger to being the pilot. You actually become the creator of your own life. And that leaves us with one final, very powerful question. As you start this practice, your inner world is going to start to change, and your outer reality will inevitably transform right along with it. So, what reality will you choose to create?